So this is the 14th video of the SARS coronavirus 3, and I will talk about the implications of the engineered nature of the virus in this video. The most important implication about the engineered nature of the virus that right now the SARS-2 is bypassing its extracellular defense systems. But it's being detected and exterminated by intracellular defense systems, and its fatality rate is 2 to 3% because of this. But the MERS has 40% fatality. SARS has had 50% fatality in elders. So if SARS-2 could mutate in rest of the genome, it could really evolve into a virus with higher fatality, and we could call that virus SARS-3. So I'd like to quickly remind you how SARS-2 is causing pandemics again on this figure. So this is the virus interacting with the surface lung sialic acids very effectively with its flat sialic acid binding domain, unique to this virus probably. Then it has a perfect receptor binding domain, locking here with a perfect interaction, almost perfect interaction, and then the furin cleaving the lung protein, cleaving the virus, and the virus is using that protein, getting inside the cell. But then the rest is 97% bat virus. Then the virus cannot evade internal host defense system very effectively. It cannot do that, because this is the spike protein. This area is mainly engineered, the rest is not. So let's get here. But what's happening, this almost conserved receptor binding domain of this virus, SARS-2 virus, will hold the virus in the human population. So the non-engineered rest of it. So the virus will adapt more and more through each infection, and the rest will be unnatural human virus due to this perfectness. So first, it's perfect flat area. This area is conserved. So let's look at its genome. As you can see, the proof that it's a perfect binding domain, there is no zero high frequency binding receptor, ACE2 receptor binding domain mutations to better adaptation is 0. So in summary, what we could expect, it's genetically most related to SARS coronavirus in 2002 to 2004 infection. It vanished, it exterminated, it lost its capacity to infect human, it's no more. But SARS-2, unlike SARS, had more homology to its bat coronavirus, RATG13. So its disappearance is unlikely. So if it won't disappear, what's the implication? What would happen? So based on these analyses, I have to raise the concern that the risk of this 97% bat coronavirus genome would change, and it would find a way to evade internal host immune system, so the offline outer defense systems causing the pandemics. The virus is very effectively infecting people, but it cannot kill very effectively. So in an experimental point of view, the whole human population is a laboratory tube. So they made the virus to infect and cause pandemics, and now the virus will perfect itself and not only hold its superior pandemic capacity, but it will also gain high fatality rate.